What I would advise is think about that comfort that you have and ask yourself from time to time, are you too comfortable in the role that you're in? Are you challenging yourself enough? It doesn't have to be a new role, it could just be a different challenge that you take on.
I notice very much in our society, so it's not about a generational thing, is be too quick to draw your educational discipline or functional boundaries. I'm a chemist, that's engineering stuff, I don't know. No, I mean all these things is less than 200 years old, these disciplines. In the ancient days we had philosophers who swing between religion and science all the time, who would actually not box themselves into a biologist or a chemist. They understand the fundamental principles of how things operate, physical sciences, biological sciences, and they won't hesitate.
Yes. I think we have to be mindful about the environment and at what context that you want to give individuals feedback or advice. Because it's always very mindful that you can say something quite fast, but people will not forget this very fast. And it will stay with them maybe for many, many years. And very difficult to redeem that. Take a lot of effort as well. So be mindful about the choice of word.
Like, I always end my one-on-ones with, is there anything that I'm doing that I need to stop doing, I need to start doing, need to do more of, what do you need from me? Because that helps me to understand what is necessary for the people around me.
I maintain a learning journal, and a mentor taught me to this. Every time I hear a good stuff, like a session like this here, or maybe, just hearing to Hock Heng Lim, or even on the BBC while coming to work, I quickly go and fill up a page with the date and what I learned. At times, if I get carried away, I might overshadow everybody else, and some very nice bits of ideas are buried and they never got time. Time's up, meeting's over, let's go. Right. So my mentor taught me some tricks like holding my finger and only, as long as you're speaking, hold your finger and you release it and you stop speaking. Right. So you become aware that and this is painful, by the way. Try to do that with your nail. You poke your thumb. And you are allowed to speak as long as you can manage the pain.
Also, when you want to give feedback to your boss, you also need to have some strategy. You need to think about your boss is what kind of style. Yeah.
What kind of communication style we just went through.
Is what kind of the situations and at which time, which situations. If you just have that he's gone through a very busy period, and this is not in his mind, preoccupied with things, and you want to burden him with all the things that you want. I think it's not the right time. So timing is important. Know when to approach him for the questions, and know how to approach the subjects. I think these are the two things.
All right, so success for you from this program is how much of this remains in action a year from now. Not the less 1 month or 2 months, because you will have to write, Kristen will make you do reports and homework, but how much of it stays with you? How much of it stays stuck on the wall? So score it and take my advice and start your learning journal now. And go back to your journal and see whether you have done it or not, and you're continuing to apply it. Yeah.
Thank you, Prasad. Arleen?
So what I would add to that is make it a habit. So don't just walk away from this session and say, hey, those were really great learnings and those exercises we did were really helpful, and then go back to your day job and never practice it. And so I would encourage you to be very purposeful about it, and if you need to, put it in your diary, schedule some time in your day to just practice some part of it. You don't have to do everything. You can alternate throughout the week, but just be purposeful about taking the time to practice. And you have colleagues who have gone through this already that you can practice with. And then you have colleagues who have not gone through this that you can help bring them up to speed with what you've learned. And I think the best way for this to become ingrained is for you to just keep doing it over and over. And then hold your bosses accountable to helping you with this, right? You know, bring it back and ask them to help you to keep this going, because everyone, I think, is gonna be better if we do that.